Happy Halloween! How y'all bitches doing? What's up? Y'all ready to watch some Halloween Havoc 1995? Some spooky dooky shit went down on this one. We had a murder, the Giant died, and the YET-TAY has debuted in WCW. What a wild night. Figured this one would be a fun, casual, laid-back watch-along to do tonight on Halloween night. Hope you guys are having a great one. If you live in a neighborhood, I hope you're passing out some candy. If you're dressing up, going to party, I hope you're having fun doing that because you're not watching this. And whatever you did today or last night, since last night was Saturday, and I'm sure if there were any parties to attend, you did that last night. Hope it was a blast. Hope you guys enjoyed your Halloween and are ready for a pretty fun night here. This should be good. Halloween Havoc 95 was ridiculous, and we're going to watch it and pretty much goof on it the whole time. I know we got football going on and baseball as well. I got the World Series pulled up right here. The Braves could wrap things up tonight if they want to, or that could go on a little while longer. We also have Minnesota and Dallas playing in football. We'll eyeball that score too as well. And what's the deal with the Cowboys game? Is Dak out? He's on my fantasy team. He's projected 0. I didn't start him today anyway. I started Stafford, but he might be out. So that game might be like, who cares kind of thing. A lot of eyeballs might be on the World Series, and hopefully some eyeballs will be on Halloween Havoc in 1995 with me and y'all. Good to see everybody here. JL, J Lambo, Charlie, Tatanani is here. Spaz Phoenix in the house. Go sub to Spaz's YouTube channel. David Brown's here. Nice. We've got Tatanani. Oh, I got you already. Justin, Zach, Allen, Jet the Hawk, right on. This should be a fun one. So we'll hang out here for a couple of minutes and see if we can get some people built up in the chat, and then we will head on over to Peacock and watch Halloween Havoc 1995. By the way, it is on your Peacock. If you go to WWE's page, I think they've got the Halloween Havocs right up there, thinking that people might be watching them this time of year. So click on that, and you're going to look for, I believe, Season 7. Is that where we're on? Yeah, I think it's Season 7 of Halloween Havoc in 1995, and it should be a good one. I did not go back and really look at this card. I don't totally remember it. I just know it's in Detroit. It's at Joe Louis Arena at the Cobo Hall. They do the monster truck battle between Giant and Hogan. Giant falls off the roof, comes back to life. Jimmy Hart turns heel. Giant wins the title. The YET-TAY comes out, but a lot about the undercard I don't remember that much of. An interesting story about this particular Halloween Havoc as well. We've talked about this in the past, how, older fans might remember back in the early 90s, 80s, on the pay-per-view channels. If you didn't buy the pay-per-views, you could go to the pay-per-view channels and listen to it scrambled. And I did that to this pay-per-view because I didn't buy a lot of WCW pay-per-views, but I bought all of WWE's. So whenever there was a WCW one, I would either buy it or I would listen to it, basically like radio style, on the scrambled channel, and that's what I did for this one. So when the announcers were describing what was going on with Hogan and the Giant, I had no idea what was on the other side of that scrambled screen. I'm like, what? He fell off the roof? What the fuck? And I remember at the time, too, when the YET-TAY came out, the hotlines, I'm not sure about the magazines or the sheets, but the couple of hotlines that I would call were reporting that the YET-TAY was El Gigante, was Giant Gonzalez. But we know that wasn't the case. I believe he was Ron Reese. But at the time, I'm watching the scrambled picture and I'm hearing Heenan or Shivani or whatever say he's got to be 7'8" or whatever. And I'm like, shit, that might be the fucking Giant or Giant Gonzalez. So it was, oh my God, what a just goofy mess. But I've gone back and watched this pay-per-view a couple of times. But I just, like I said, I don't remember a whole lot about it. And that usually factors into the watch-alongs that I choose to do. I try to choose ones that I don't remember that well so I can be surprised by shit. So I know some of you suggested 1993 and also 1991, which I think was that wacky Chamber of Horrors match. I almost did that one. That would be fun. I think they electrocuted Abdullah the Butcher or something. Just crazy bonkers shit. But 95 might be a few more recognizable names to our audience that aren't old sacks of shit like me. So I figured 1995 would be the way to go. It's the year I graduated high school. So I was just a young 18-year-old strapping young man back in these days. My God, good times. So anyway, hopefully you guys are going over to your Peacock, pulling up your Halloween Havoc. I'm going to see what you guys have to say here in the chat before we get going on that. By the way, watch all of your ads or whatever you need to do and get all your zeros across the board, just like the timer above my head. For those of you who will do these with me every couple of weeks, you know the drill. For those of you who are new, we're all going to hit play together here in just a little bit, and all you got to do is just follow along and keep your Peacock synced with a timer above your head. We are watching this on Peacock, by the way. Peacock's runtime on this show is 2 hours, 40 minutes, and 7 seconds. So if you're watching somewhere else, WWE Network or another part of the country, you might not match up perfectly with us, but it should be pretty close. And if I have any issues, connection issues, buffering issues, if anything goes wrong with my stream, we all follow the timer. So if you stop, if you have to pause, freeze, your computer crashes, whatever, when you pull it back up, just sync up the timer to the timer above your head. We can all watch together, and it'll just be a wonderful time. Dak is out. Thank you for that. Didn't even realize that he was even injured. I'm glad I threw Stafford in there. Man, I got lucky today. I won my fantasy game, and I did so by fucking up. I accidentally stuck a shitty tight end in my flex position. I don't have any tight ends to begin with. I have crappy ones. I didn't really draft a decent one. So I was just kind of brain farting when I was moving my lineup around, and I benched fucking Jamar Chase or whatever, this great Cincinnati receiver has been doing great for me. I stick him on the bench, and I stick a tight end with who's projected to get 3 points in my flex position by mistake and still wound up winning. But I hate fantasy football. My God, so frustrating. And how about them Detroit Lions? You know, they're doing this on purpose. They're so ridiculously good that they want to give the rest of the league a head start. So they figure if they start like 0-8, you know, they can just run the table and come back and win the Super Bowl. So that's the plan there. We'll start seeing that come together next week. They wanted to take one more loss, make it look like they suck. You know, let's go out there and get blown out today, 105-6, and next week we'll come back and start winning. So keep a lookout for those Lions. They are going to go undefeated from here on out and win the Super Bowl. George Morris, thanks, dude. Thank you for the $5. Welcome back. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? Halloween Havoc, 95, 10 out of 10. Me and my girlfriend are leaving for Miami tomorrow morning, so I will miss a bad Raw. Well, maybe you will miss a bad Raw. You will likely miss a bad Raw. However, as we talked about in the podcast yesterday, I do think there's a relatively okay chance that Bianca Belair actually will win the title. I think maybe WWE needs to do something about after what that debacle with the belt swap stuff and Charlotte and Becky. We don't even know what's going on there. And Bianca's a star. Put her over. Fuck them other two. We'll see what happens tomorrow, though. We'll be up here to talk about it. Chris, what's up, man? Good to see you. Thanks for the $5. Happy Halloween to you, too. I remember the 90s scrambled channels. It's how I watched pay-per-views all through the 90s. What's the first one you ordered? The first one I ordered was the first one. I guess the second one I was able to order. It was WrestleMania 4. I didn't order Survivor Series 1987 because I got in a horrific bike accident that day and knocked all my teeth out. And I was in the hospital all day on Thanksgiving Day in 87, so completely missed the Survivor Series. But WrestleMania 4 was the first pay-per-view I ordered because I was at WrestleMania 3. So really the earliest pay-per-view I could have ordered would have been Survivor Series, but I didn't. And the next one available was WrestleMania 4. I watched it because we were living in a real small town in in North Carolina called Greenville. And where we lived, our house was built right on an old tobacco field. It was brand new, and they didn't have a lot of cable connections and shit yet. For the first, I think 8, 9, 10 months, maybe even a full year that we lived in that house, we just had 4 channels on our TV until they were able to run cable lines and stuff. So my dad had met a buddy at his new job who had a house, and him and his wife lived in, and they invited them over to play some poker and have a good time, and they ordered the pay-per-view for me. So while all the adults, drank and played cards, I sat in this guy's den on the floor by myself and just watched on this little tube TV WrestleMania 4 and watched Randy Savage win the title. I remember I kept going back into the room to update my dad on who was winning, and he didn't give a shit. But just me going back in there and telling him, what's up? Randy Savage just beat Greg Valentine. He's moving on to the next round. Good stuff, man. But yeah, most WWE pay-per-views I was able to order and watch, but the WCW ones, I watched a lot of those scrambled. Good times. Good times. Happy Halloween, Raymond. Good to see you. And Kyle is here as well. Nice. Ben, good to see you, man. Brian Zane just reviewed this pay-per-view last year. I'm sure he had things to say about this one because this was pretty fucking awful. And that's why we're picking it, because to me, today's Halloween, I figured the more awful, the better. So the crazier shit we watch, the more fun it is going to be. So we will start getting our peacocks together here. So let's do that. Let me get mine pulled up. Halloween Havoc Season 7, Episode 1. Like I said, get all your zeros across the board there, and then we will do a countdown from 3, 3, 2, 1, and I'll hit play together. And the timer above my head will start moving. That's how it works here on Watch Along Sundays. Programming note, like I said, tomorrow night we're back up here for Raw, And Wednesday night, we will be back up here for a Dynamite watch-along. I'll throw some mic drops up on the channel this week, and I'm also working on a Patreon-sponsored review right now on transitional champions, kind of an interesting topic. So we're going to talk about the Slaughters and the Iron Sheiks and the 1995 Bretts and, you know, champions like 99 Mick Foley, certain championship reigns that were transitional. If they were good, bad, hurt, or helped the star, winning the world title never hurts you. But we're going to discuss some of that stuff in the next upcoming Patreon review. So that's coming probably, I'd say a week at the most, I think. All right, so let me see here. Do I have all my stuff? Let me grab that. All right. I want to get all my little ducks here in a nice, pretty row because I've got two mouses and I've got to do one with the peacock and one with the timer above my head. I'm going to position myself, and then we will get going here on this. What's up, Charlie? Good to see you. Deshaun Robinson, what's up? Hey, folks, I'm at a Halloween party, so I can't stay, but wanted to say happy Halloween. I hope it's a blast, Deshaun. Have a great time. I'm surprised people are going to Halloween parties tonight because there were so many last night. We were kind of slow at our restaurant because Halloween last night was probably a huge night for that type of stuff, you know? I don't know tomorrow night's game, actually. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll find out. All right, there we go. All right, I'm set up on the timer, and I got my finger on play on Halloween Havoc over here. So here we go. Hopefully you guys are all ready. You've watched your ads, and we can get ready to start Halloween Havoc 1995 on a countdown of 3. Are you all ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Yes, I did it. I'm undefeated. I'm very bad at doing anything with my left hand, but all right, by the way, do not skip that intro. We start right from the beginning on this. Just such cheesy ass. This is something that WWE did a lot better than WCW. It was like their production packages and intro packages. I can make this shit. But WWE they just did it better. Look at this shit, this Dungeon of Doom. This is so spooky and haunting. I should turn all the lights off in here. You were handing out candies, but now it's time to party and get high. All right. Well, I already had my candies. I got rid of them. The package of edibles I just ate. I got rid of the package anyway. I gummed those down before I came up live. Here we go. Halloween Havoc, y'all. Tony Schiavone. What's up, Divine? Happy Halloween to you, my man. Look at Bobby. Oh, this is a two-man booth tonight? Tony and Bobby? I can live with that. Divine Ricks, yeah, this was right around the time. I don't recall exactly when. Austin was probably about to turn up in ECW around this time. Might have already been there. So I think he was probably fired a few months before this, if I had to guess. Look at this shit. These monster trucks. Oh, Hogan is in there. Look at him. We talked about Hulk Hogan a lot yesterday on the podcast when we reviewed. So are they just out there, like just in the trucks, just waiting? That's so funny. I've actually been to Cobo Hall. When I was a kid, I went to Cobo Hall to watch Sesame Street, like a Sesame Street puppet production shit or something. I was like 6. Fucking Sesame Street. Yeah, no Dusty, unless he turns up later, Raymond. I'm not sure. I'd have to think about my favorite WCW match of all time. I got to think about that. I have one. But WCW, I just think of them in like different chunks, you know, different heydays, you know. If you're talking post-NWA, that narrows it down. Then we're just talking like 1990, you know, to present, but or about 11 years worth of stuff. But prior to that. Yes, Johnny B. Bad and Diamond Dallas. This is probably when DDP was still near the bottom of the card here. Seeing that WCW Saturday night, it reminds me a lot of NXT now. Bad was a no-show. It's going to be topsy-turvy, if you will. Oh, I missed them. I wish it was 1995 again. We're going to give him a little bit more time. Who was Bad? Bad was going to work against Sting in that match? Babyface match? Oh, Flying Brian's there. Flying Brian hadn't turned loose cannon quite yet either. Although he was kind of starting to lose it. What are they doing here? Why are we showing this entire match? I don't know what we're really watching here. Oh, there he is. There's Mark Marrow. It's the worst day of his life. He had a flat tire. He looks more like Mark Marrow here than he does Johnny B. Bad. He'd be out too. This has got to be the end of him here. Shit, this is already October. He'd be debuting at WrestleMania the following year, so he's down to his past couple months too, or his last couple months. DDP. There he is. DDP, we got to show him some love. That's right, baby. Oh, I forgot about Max Muscle. He might have passed away. Oh, go DDP. How did you know it was 4 flat tires? Bitch slap right across the face. Oh, God, this is going to be horrible. And we got the graveyard. We're still a couple years away from that pumpkin making its appearance. Max Muscle. Yep, Kimberly was ridiculous. Oh, was he wearing... I was about to say, I don't recall him wearing that shit. That's Johnny B. Bad's robe and jizz sprayer there, whatever that thing is. I don't know, man. I got to think about what my favorite WCW match is. I've never really given any thought, to be honest with you. I know I can narrow one down. I don't know if I'm going to go towards a match that I just really enjoyed in the ring or a WCW great moment. Like, I loved Goldberg beating Hogan. Thought that was pretty awesome. But I don't know if it's my favorite match of all time, so I just gotta think about it. If I'm going in-ring, I'm going to do Flair Steamboat or something, but if I want to give it some more thought and dig deeper than that, I'm sure I can come up with a fun one. That's funny that Johnny B. Bad is here because I would meet Mark Marrow backstage at this very building at Joe Louis Arena. Like less than 1 year later. Something tells me they have dubbed DDP's music here. It doesn't sound like what he used. Now, that might be his music from back then. Boy, man, no, he was not over at all, DDP. It amazes me what a big star he became. And he was already super over, or super old by this point. He got a really late start. That's not him. It doesn't look like him. Have a bad day? It doesn't look like it's him. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah. He's sneaking in. He pulled the old switcheroo. I could tell by his face it wasn't him, but surprised WCW never brought in Sable, around this time. Not sure if I'll ever forgive Vince for bringing in Mark Marrow, because once Vince laid his eyes on Sable, like the pervert he is, he became obsessed. Thanks, Jose. I went with a Halloween theme. I tried to make it spooky, very scary. Oh, it's commercial on the World Series. Don't know if there's any score on that yet. All right, we're going to brawl. They're into the crowd. Now they're back over the barricade. Bad has found a bucket just to whack on DDP. Oh, into the post. Now he's on his arm. Nick Patrick. Has he got the mustache or no? Yes, he does. Good. No, he doesn't, actually. No mustache on Nicky. Cobo Hall. Oh, yeah, Sable was on Nitro. She sat right in the front row. The only appearance she ever made for them. She nearly got sued for that. She might have. I don't remember the full story on that. She wasn't really able to do that. They tried to make it seem like she purchased a ticket, but we know better. Camera went right to her. Yeah, Regina's right. DDP had that face buster thing. It was just hard to remember. He didn't win a ton of matches. Unless it was a enhancement or squash on Worldwide or something. Yeah, Page's interesting gear back then. He was concealing his body a bit more than he would later on. I always did not dislike Johnny B. Bad, even in Mark Marrow in WWE. I even liked, when he came in as the Wild Man and they brought Sable with him. They were wearing like the black leather a lot, and that was kind of like their deal. But then they kind of transitioned to where he started dressing a little bit closer to his Johnny B. Bad character, wearing like robes. And Sable would wear like evening gowns. And I remember like at the time thinking they were like a modern, like a new Savage and Liz. Because Mark Marrow had the very sparkly and similar robes like that. And Elizabeth was a million times hotter than Sable. But still, Vince and the company loved them together. Man. Face first on the buckle. I love not knowing the matches that are on this. You know what? I should look up real quick. Halloween Havoc 95. I just want to get the date on this. When was it? October 29th. Okay. So we are 2 days past the 26-year anniversary. That's crazy. Oh, Sergeant Craig Pittman. Yeah, he was kind of. No, Divine, I don't think he did either. Hogan he'd kind of turned a little dark there, I guess, to contend with the Dungeon of Doom. And I know he kind of resembled a little bit how he would look when he would join the NWO a year later, but kind of wore all black, and then shaving the mustache was really weird to see him without it. He'd only been in WCW at this point about a little over a year. Yeah, Alan Carter, I agree. He was, Mark Mara opened a lot of eyes with the shooting star press. I thought it looked great. Billy Kidman was doing a version of it too, like a year or so later. But yeah, he was one of the first ones I had seen. Now motherfuckers can do standing shooting stars, which blows my mind. Kyle, I was never a fan of both. I was probably a bigger fan of the Giant, though. I hated the Big Show name in WWE. Just thought it was a dumb name. And I thought the Giant was lazy and uncreative. So he's a big guy. Naturally, he's got to be Andre's son because there's not more than one big person in the world. You know, it was silly. I'm like, I understand wrestling, kayfabe, siblings and family members all the time, but that one was a little ridiculous. Look at that hair on DDP. My God. Oh, Kimberly. She was in, Kimberly was in 40-Year-Old Virgin, and her, like, nipple popped out. She was doing the speed dating with Steve Carell. Hmm. Max Muscle out there. Jim Cornette would do that all the time. Like you'll always see a heel manager wind up getting the crowd riled up for the babyface. Cornette would do the same thing. If one of his guys had a rest hold, Cornette would start beating on the apron, doon, 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 to get the fans to start actually trying to rally up the babyface. Worked every time. The Sheik and Sabu are here? I had no idea. Yeah, they got big Detroit connections there. I was back up in Michigan a couple years ago for my dad's funeral. It's changed a lot. Still wouldn't really go back and live there, though. No way in hell. Balls ass cold. What's up? We are Pro Wrestling. Good to see you. We're watching a goofy one, man. Hard shot to Marrow. Or to Bad, excuse me. Bad with 2 Ds. It's like boys with a Z. Okay, let me see. This is 95. Yeah, things weren't good in Detroit land around 95. Red Wings were starting to get better. They'd win a cup, I think the next year or the year after. Lions, of course, sucked donkey dicks. Tigers, I'm sure they sucked. Who else we got? Pistons in 95. Yeah, they would have sucked too. They would just drafted Grant Hill. But they would still suck. Very, very badly. Rat and Lick. I already explained their strategy. They're so good, they want to give the rest of the league a head start. So they decided to lose like their first 8 games to allow them to like run the table and just give themselves a little bit of a challenge, to increase their degree of difficulty on their way to the Super Bowl. So you'll see them begin winning next week. They're going to win out and they'll be fine. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Amazing to me, people don't understand this. You know, they just see it, they're 0-8, they must suck. No, they're doing it on purpose. Everybody knows this. Some of y'all just don't know anything about sports. It's not my fault. Max Muscle. Creative name. It sounds like something they'd come up. That's like, that name's actually better than Braun Breaker. George Burns. Well, 95. George Burns might have still been alive at that point. I'm not sure. You November? I'm pretty sure you mean, do I remember? Yeah, of course I remember the Yeti. He's on the thumbnail, so I definitely remember him. And I know Tony Schiavone damn sure remembers him. But I always thought the Yeti was a snowman. He's a mummy? Don't worry about it, Jose. Just watch the pay-per-view with us. You don't even have to do any super chats. Just hang here. Hang here and be cool. That's all I ask out of y'all. Yeah, it's a 4D chess strategy. It's so obvious. You know, it's so obvious what the Lions are doing. I don't know why anybody can't see that. I can. You know, I can see the truth. I guess nobody else can. I guess I'm just gifted, I guess. I mean, I always knew I was, but I didn't realize that so many people are blind to what the Lions are doing. It's disappointing that I thought people were smarter. Oh, well. Oh, we got... Oh, shit. Where are they anyway? Are they in Houston? Oh, no, they're in Atlanta. Damn. Grand Slam. Oh, shit. In the first inning? Well, Houston... You can bang on all the trash cans you want. That might be all she wrote for you. Damn. Grand Salami. First inning. First inning Grand Slam in the World Series. How many of those have there been? As riveting as Johnny B. Bad and DDP is, I was like, we should be eyeballing the World Series a little bit. I don't give a rat fuck about either one of these teams, but looks like it's going to be Atlanta. Can he cover? Can he play? If anybody here wants to smash the thumbs up button, feel free. I won't be offended. Now, there's a ground out here. How many outs is there? All right, that's the end of the inning. Oh, they hit that grand slam with 2 outs as well? Shit, man. That's heartbreaking for Houston. They're trying to stay alive, and now they're in a big hole. Big hole. It always is nice when teams can win the championship in their home field. And I have a love-hate relationship with Georgia. I'm grateful for them on one hand from last year, and I also think they're a bunch of idiots on the other hand. So, whatever. Braves. What's up, Dan Price? Welcome back, man. All right, Bad has taken control of this here. This is a longer match than I thought. There's a war here. And Johnny B. Bad is on basically 3-on-1 disadvantage here. Nice head scissors. Bad's up. Wow, double axe. You're fired. She gave him a 10. I'd take Kimberly over Sable any day. Thanks for that, Jose. I've given up on subscribers. I should have been at 40K 8 years ago. So subscribers aren't really important to me anymore. But thank you. A Diamond Dream. I didn't know that he called that the Diamond Dream. So it's basically bulldog-ish. Yes, of course we can be friends. I'm friends with everybody, Charlie. God, I hated... We just talked about this at the last pay-per-view we watched. Nick Patrick's counts are terrible. What's up, wrestling fan for life? Good to see you. Oh, I'm down with that. Divine Rick, Survivor Series 05. Is that the one where it was like Sean, like Team Austin, Team Sean or something? I think I reviewed that. Pretty sure I reviewed that one. Is that Kane and Shane? I think that might be the one. Maybe that might be Kane and Shane. Or no, that's 03. Kane and Shane's 03. I don't know what the fuck 05 is. No, yeah, 03 is that Austin Sean thing. Or Austin Sean thing. 05, I don't even remember. Who would have been champ around that time? 05. Okay, so it would have been like Cena and Batista shit, right? Yeah, I don't know. God, Patrick, give a little more emphasis on your 3 counts. So weak. Now watch here, whenever we get the finish, watch Nick Patrick. He'll call for the bell at the hard cam, which I always just found odd. Oh, drop kick into Max Muscle. He's going to roll him up for the win there, for sure. Nope, he kicked out. Fans are into this one now. They've gone, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe? Okay. I remember very little about that. Oh, he's going to miss. Boom. Down goes Page. He sold it wonderfully. Oh, my God, Max Muscle. That's got to be it. 3. Now watch him. He's going to look him. Watch him. Why is he telling the hard cam to ring the bell? Isn't the timekeeper like on the fucking... I never understood that. They always did that in WCW. Well, that's right. He wins the title, too, because Page was champ coming into this. That belt that Johnny B. Bad is holding is hanging right there on the wall right now. How cool is that? Wrestling fan for your life, you're entertaining. It's apostrophe R-E. Excuse me. No, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I try to be. I always liked that he had, like, it was Johnny B. Bad, Sting, Steiners. Who else had, like, lyrics in their music? He's Johnny B. Bad. Oh, nice. WWE live event in the UK that you're attending. So are you gonna see Cesaro and Walter? Oh, I want to be there. Fucking jealous, man. What's up, Rio YouTube or YT? What's up, man? Stella Artois is your favorite beer. This is my favorite casual, chilling out, drinking beer. If I want to have a heartier one, I go IPA or something a little heavier. But just chilling out, hanging out with friends, sitting around a campfire or something. Give me the Artois. I'm a happy guy. He's never wrestled. Wins the world title in his first match. It's an unknown, a sumo monster truck. Yeah, Heenan's pointing out that they could both die. No, I don't think Walter got drafted to Raw. Not sure what he's doing, but he's on that UK run. 4 matches against Cesaro, all in England. Oh, yes. Is this Zodiac? Yes, Zodiac. Why? Did the Dungeon of Doom use Rey Mysterio's music? This is either Rey Mysterio's music or Dean Malenko's music. Right? We Are Pro Wrestling, are you in here? Help me out. I'm not crazy, right? Is this what the Dungeon of Doom used, or did they dub this over? Yeah, Conor McGregor, we are here. We have got Halloween Havoc right here. I've got you guys right here. We got the World Series over there. We'll eyeball the football score. Lots going on here. And if any, it's only 5:45 where I'm at. It's not even dark yet, so there might be some little kids showing up, but I got people downstairs handling that. So we're here to chill out up here. Oh, it's Beefcake versus Macho Man? For real? There's some history here. These guys have been opponents, friends. Lots of history from WWE. They were on opposite sides of the tag team main event at SummerSlam 89 with Zeus and Hogan. Yeah, it's Ray's music, right? So they either Dungeon of Doom, because Ray wasn't there yet at the time of this. So they were either using that for Dungeon of Doom or they did some weird editing here. Fucking I mean, how can Beefcake do this gimmick after he was Brother Brudai, then he was Butcher. I can't remember. I don't think he was Booty Man yet. I think this was next, and then Booty Man was after that. And then I don't know if he went to the Ultimate Warrior thing or the Disciple after that, or if there was one in between. This is crazy watching Randy Savage against Brutus Beefcake on WCW in 95. Who is this? Who is this person? That's a real fan. Who is this person? What's going on? What the fuck is going on? They're still trying to fight. Was that a guy or a girl? I couldn't even tell. Jesus. There's like a legitimate battle going on there between the ref and whoever that fan was. What was that shit about? Oh, Steven Scott, we got some great Survivor Series coming next month. I'm going to do a bunch of them. I like all your options there. I'd like to do 2 or 3 if we could. We'll do something more modern, like the 2005 one or something like that somebody pointed out. We'll do some old school ones too. Hey, say what you want about Beefcake, but back in the day, he was over like Rover, man. I was there. I remember all of it. Oh. But this match here in WCW, he's like, look at them getting this guy out of there. Look at all these officials. Damn, did he just drop the elbow on Beefcake just like that? Man, Beefcake used to be a little stronger of a star than that. He kind of looks like Danhausen, doesn't he? Zodiac-hausen. Okay, Savage Kamala. I don't recall them having, they might have. I don't recall any matches off the top of my head they had in WWE, but Kamala refused to lose to Savage, his WCW. Why would Kamala refuse to lose to Savage? By that point, Kamala was losing everybody. Kamala's mystique as being, like a true Savage, undefeated, not undefeated, but unstoppable guy was way gone by that point. Did they just say Macho's got another match later? This was supposed to be Savage and Kamala, huh? That's fucking nuts, man. Oh, option 1, y'all. Oh, okay. Who's he talking about? Jimmy Hart talking about another guy he used to represent in another promotion. Who was jumping ship around this point? Has Honky Tonk Man been in yet? Yeah, he was in the previous year in 94, I think. Bret Hart. No, Bret was about to win the title. Look at Johnny B. Bad. In the Motor City. That's so cool that I was actually backstage in this very arena meeting Mark Merrow like 8 months later in WWE. So crazy. I always liked that title. I thought it looked good. That's why I got one. Halloween is now over in the UK. So sad. It's just getting started here in California. I wonder who beats him for that title, because that'll be his last title run here in WCW before he's out of there. Oh yeah, Regina, I remember the Loch Ness. Loch Ness was not Haystacks Calhoun. Who the fuck was Loch Ness? Shit, it's on the tip of my brain. Musaka. Musaka makes me think of the SNL skit. Conor McGregor fans, it depends on where I'm living. Where I'm living right now, I am kind of like in a little miniature neighborhood, but this is only my second Halloween here, and last year was COVID, so nobody came. So we actually don't know, but we got candy. We got a sign out front downstairs, and if any kids come over, they will. We'll probably give them a stapler, some laundry detergent, and a couple of joints. Luger beat Bad in March for the TV title. Holy shit! So he was there that quickly. That match was in March. WrestleMania 12 was also in March. The date on it is right there. It was March 31st. So by the end of the month, I guess there was no 30-day shit back then, or I guess his contract was just up. Oh, that's all. Oh, look at this. Look at the Road Warriors. Who's out there? Ming, and who's this? Oh, Sting's with him. He's selling it like a motherfucker. He's a man called Sting. So is Hawk going to wrestle here? Is he going to wrestle? Who was that with Ming? Was it Kurosawa? I couldn't tell who it was. Oh, yeah, he's with Robert Parker. It's got to be Kurosawa. Yeah, Kurosawa. Okay. So Animal must not have been over there at this point with Hawk. Okay, cool. Wow, March 6th, huh? So 3 weeks later, he was debuting at WrestleMania 12, and the next night he'd wrestle on Raw in his first match. Crazy. So his contract must have just been up. It was probably up in between when he lost the title in WrestleMania and signed over there right away. Man, that all came together quick. That means if he's in a WCW ring wrestling for a championship on March 6th, that means he goes to Stamford, meets Vince, Vince meets Sable, and he's debuting within weeks. It's a pretty quick turnaround. Road Warrior Hawk. While Hawk is making his... oh, yeah, they actually did used to use this theme for... I know that this is the Road Warriors theme from WCW because this is a... I think it's a public use song or something because WWE has used the same theme in like video packages and shit. Don't cut his hair with a weed whacker. Be right back. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, okay. It was not. It was on the tip of my brain. I'm like, it's not Haystacks Calhoun. It's and I can't think of it in Giant Haystacks. Thank you. I was close. Well, Hawk's arm looks like it healed pretty well, and Road Warriors would head back to WWE about a year and a half after this, 97. Manhattan Center. Hang on one second. Ooh, stiff kick by Hawk. Hawk was in ridiculous shape. I love it when Shivani would always crack up. When Brain would always crack up Shivani. Oof. They had a little beef there near the end, which was kind of sad. I think or Shivani anyway, claims that they patched things up before Heenan died, but yeah, the Road Warriors coming back with Sonny. There was something about that, though. I was there. I was actually at the pay-per-view the very next month at Unforgiven, and there was just something about that whole thing. It was a great pop at WrestleMania 14, but it was almost, you could feel it wasn't going to stick. There's just something about it. Though. I mean, putting Sonny and Hawk together, come on. Poor Animal, man. Like, you couldn't expect that was going to last. Wow, big bump by Kurosawa. Victor Colon, it is Hawk versus Kurosawa right now. We are 40 minutes in to the pay-per-view. Wow, tomorrow is November. That is crazy. Happy birthday to your sister, Jose. 1 week from tonight, or this coming Saturday, I should say, we do the clocks. So you'll gain an hour of sleep next Saturday night. Or at least if you live in most states here that do that. Sonny, oh yeah, okay. Sonny's definitely better than Rocco. I'll give you that, Mr. E. No arguments there. I thought for sure Hawk would win that. Are they going to do a ref thing here? This makes me feel like it's going to get reversed or something. Parker held the ropes. Look at Bob. I mean, Bobby Heenan's on commentary. Parker did the same thing Bobby Heenan did to help Rick Rude beat Warrior for the title at WrestleMania 5. In Your House 4? Yeah, this would have been the Brett Diesel match. It was terrible. No, not Brett Diesel, Davey Diesel match. Horrible match. And then Survivor Series would be the next month. Man, 95 Survivor Series would be a fun one to watch too, though. But we can't do too many 95s. We've already done a couple 95s this year, so we'll stay away from 95 for Survivor Series, but we'll do some good ones. I think 96 might be good. 96 actually is one we should do because this will be the 25th year anniversary of that, and it's The Rock's debut. So we should definitely do 1996. Sid winning the title from Shawn. I think we'll do 96 for sure. We'll do one in the 2000s, like a more newer versions for the young folk out there. Keep them happy. And then if we have time, we'll do an early 90s one. Maybe we'll do that. The 1990 might be fun. The Match of Survival. 91 with Taker winning the title. That would be a fun one. Oh, here's Savage. Oh. Luger and Macho Man. Battle of the Eskimo Brothers. One day, the Eskimo brothers are here. The Eskimo brothers explode. That's right, at Halloween Havoc. Luger, I'm going to put you down, brother. I love Randy Savage. God. Heard about what you said about me. You're talking the shit. I'm your friend. I want to talk to my friends like that. Your mustache is crooked. Savage is so great. 93 for laughs, 4 doinks. Savage and Gene, they go way back, man. I'm going to make sure he beats Ming because I want to face him.
Potential Randy Savage match. I want to ask you one other question because everywhere I go, people are talking about these 2 monster trucks that are going to be fighting here a little bit later on. The Giant in the Dungeon of Doom truck and your good friend Hulk Hogan.
Your good friend Hulk Hogan. I don't give a shit. Throw him right off the fucking roof. I don't care. Was next month? I think next month is when was the first World War III, right? That must have been how it happened. We Are Pro Wrestling. You probably know this. So later on, Giant wins the title all shady, right? They probably hold the belt up and do the 3-ring battle royal for it the next month. And Savage, I think, wins that, if memory serves. What's funny, too, about that 93 Survivor Series recommendation is that when they were running through the card, like when Pettengill would do the Survivor Series reports like on TV and shit, I was under the assumption that the 4 doinks were going to be 4 men dressed as doink. I didn't know it was going to be men on a mission doink and everything. Ah, look at this, JL. Now this is Jerry Lynn, yes? Your mustache is crooked. Jerry, what does JL stand for? I think I might know Bobby Heenan. Ha, nice. Celebrate your birthday from the 24th all the way up to the end of the Scorpio sign. That's awesome. Oh, look at this. The Sheik and Sabu. This is crazy. Holy shit. I didn't know we were even getting this match. Sheik's, he's all right. He's getting there. Wait for him, Sabu. I mean, this is 95, so I would think there are people in this arena who know who Sheik is. It's Detroit. Oh, I think JL was going for head scissors. Did not work. Seeing Sabu coming around this time was kind of crazy, too. Oh, my God. He took out his uncle. He's got that sword with him. What the fuck? Look at this shit. Look at the fans talking to him. You all right? Don't slice me with that. Oh, wow. That Hogan lookalike is in the front row over in the corner. Did you catch him? I think he's the same guy that was in the front row at King of the Ring 93 when Hogan got the fireworks in his face. It's probably the same guy. Jesus. Yeah, it was a quick run for Sabu. I remember seeing him on Nitro once or twice, and that was it. He broke a couple tables or something, and he was out. Yeah, he wasn't here long before in ECW. Will I watch an ECW November to remember? I'd like to if I'd have time. I just think Survivor Series would be more fun. If I had like more weeks to do this, or I didn't have to work a regular job and I could just sit here and watch wrestling with you guys all day. I need more subscribers to do that, so that's on y'all. Go tell your moms about me. Oof. God, Sabu, be a little more careful. Landed ass first right on Jerry's face. Sabu, we just saw him recently last week on Vice's XPW Dark Side of the Ring. Who's in there now? It's not Nick Pack. Is that Pee Wee? I can't tell. His back is to me. Yeah, that's Pee Wee Anderson. Rest in peace, Randy Anderson. Oh, of course I heard about it, Victor Galone. Check out yesterday's podcast. We talked all about it. It's all there. He didn't get him. That's another thing I don't do, and I'm completely illiterate at. I don't do the Reddit. Never been on. I mean, I guess I've been on it, but I don't have an account. I don't know how it works. Every time I have been on it, it seems like too much going on for me to want to deal with, but Reddit is useful for a lot of people. Maybe I should get on it. I don't know. I feel like I'm late to the Reddit party. I don't have an Instagram account either. And I don't have a TikTok account. And I've never snapped a chat. And he got him. Wow, he got him with the springboard. What the fuck? Oh, what a botch. Or maybe he meant to do that at the end. I was thinking he was meant to do the fireball before the finish. Yeah, the Sheik is a fireball. I just wasn't sure if he meant to do it after the match or if he meant to do that before the bell. Well, Sheik, he took a bump. He took a bump, threw fire. And now he's got a sword and he's going home. Or whatever those things are called. He threw a ball of fire. Fucking flash paper. Okay, he wasn't supposed to do it before then because he was way on the other side of the ring. But then after, he comes right over and just burns his face. A ball of fire.
The mystery that surrounds the Sheik and it surrounds Sabu as Sabu comes in with a big win. His first big pay-per-view event here at World Championship Wrestling.
Looks like Bobby's got money hanging out of his pocket.
Rose to the Battle of the Sumo Monster Truck on top of Cobo Hall. And the first time we've seen the Giant in the ring, we first saw the Giant, of course.
If I remember right, too, like they don't even make it very realistic. Like the Giant falls off the roof like so hokey instead of like slipping off the edge or something.
And then we saw the Giant come out and throw the shirt of Andre towards Hulk Hogan. But it was in the Dungeon of Doom when the Giant first struck. We knew the Giant was around. We didn't know he was a part of the Dungeon of Doom. But it was all part of the great game plan laid down by the Master and by the Taskmaster to get rid of Hulkamania. Well, I'll tell you, these two are better than Dean Winter when it comes to investing time. They've invested their life.
I can't recall too many flash paper spots that have looked good. I can probably think of about 6 or 7 right off the top of my head. And none of them are very good. Most of them are. That Hogan thing looks like it's coming out of the top of Bobby's head. It's funny. Man, if Hogan got pushed off the roof instead of the Giant, he'd come back to life too. He's immortal. Oh my God, the Dungeon of Doom was one of my least favorite things ever. Like King Curtis and Sullivan. This is just too nuts, but it's Halloween, you know? We got some, Houston has cut the lead in half here, and they got a man on. 0 out, man on first. All right, might have ourselves a game over here. Oh, wait. Ah. Okay. There's going to be a total eclipse of the sun. Because they are here. Right here now. And tonight, you will walk upon the galaxies. Because you're giant. And the insurance of the YET-TAY will destroy Hulk Hogan. Hulkamania. Around the globe. So they were the insurance policy. I prefer Rick Rude. If I'm going to have insurance policies, I'll take Rick Rude. Fuck the YET-TAY. Total eclipse of the heart. Bonnie Tyler. Hell yeah. My friend is, she can rock that song out in karaoke. It's like her favorite song to sing. And whenever she does it, she'll put the, I fucking need you now from whatever that movie where he adds all the fucks in it. It's funny. She does it perfectly. I don't even know what Sullivan's saying here. Okay, Dungeon of Doom was so ridiculous. And that's another, one of hypocritical thing I always thought about Eric Bischoff is that he always complains about WWE like rewriting history and shit. He does the same thing. Whenever he tells stories about launching Nitro, he's like, I wanted to do, I looked at WWE and their TV was very character-based and I wanted to be more reality-based. I'm like, what, that fucking Dungeon of Doom is reality-based? Come on, Eazy-E. You fell ass backwards into being more reality-based because you couldn't use the Razor Ramon and Scott and Diesel names. So you just said, fuck it, we'll just use the real names. And then you turned that into, we're more realistic. If you could have used Big Razor and Diesel, you would have. And then there would have been no NWO because you would have just done whatever WWE did. WWE owning intellectual property in a lot of ways hurt them, Who are these people? This Hogan NWO before he's NWO is kind of crazy. I don't know who the fuck these people are. And who's this little girl? She looks terrified. Well, you know something? I'm going to give you guys a real stupid award. Oh, they gave away a Harley to these fuckers? I'd sell it. Yeah, Raymond, this is goofy. That is the exact reason why we're watching this tonight. I don't want to watch anything good. What fun is that? I never even put that together, actually, until just now, that Hogan is fighting Andre's son in Detroit. I don't know why that never it never was a light bulb in my head until now. I don't know what the Thunder in Paradise taping schedule was. He was doing it on and off. I don't know of all that shit he filmed, how many seasons they did. I don't know. He was probably still doing a little bit at this time. Oh, I answered this question the other day. If I was a wrestler, what would be my theme song? Bop by Hanson. Hands down. You would pick my prerogative. Actually, that's a good song. It's my prerogative. I was partial to Don't Be Cruel by Bobby Brown. Because I would never be that cruel to you. Oh, no. Don't be cruel. You know what I'm talking about. That was my Bobby Brown jam. That and Every Little Step. Every little step I take. I used to jam out to that driving to school in 1992. Okay. Hogan. He's even got the lightning bolts on his trunks.
Our winner once again from Coleman, Alabama is Mike Hill. Mike, congratulations to you. Now, how are you going to get this Harley from Detroit to Coleman, Alabama? We're going to straddle it and ride that sucker all the way back.
Dang, they're going to straddle it and ride that sucker all the way down to Alabama from right there in Detroit, Michigan. That Harley Davidson, the whole damn family, right up on there, on that seat. Going to ride all through the weather and the rain and the bugs. Get down to Alabama, where all of our unvaccinated cousins are waiting for us to have sex with. You're going to lay him next to his father right here in Detroit. Andre's ashes are scattered in North Carolina, Hogan. He's not there in Detroit. Yeah, Andre had only been dead for 2.5 years at this point. So that's funny. They were already advertising the World War III prior to them holding the title up.
WCW World War III is coming your way in the month of November. It is going to be incredible. It's going to be the first time ever. 3 rings. You heard me right. You've seen 2 before, but never 3. 3 rings in 1 arena. We do understand there's going to be 1 giant in each ring, and 60 men will vie for the championship of World War III. Do you understand? The winner of World War III will get a title shot at the World Heavyweight Champion, who by the
Okay. Okay, so they're treating it like the Rumble. I thought Shivani just accidentally spilled the beans, and he says the winner of the World War III will win the championship, and then he goes of World War III. So apparently, as of right now, the winner of World War III gets a title shot. But after what happens here later, I guess they suspend the title. We got 2 men on and nobody out, and Houston has just blooped one in. That's going to tie this game, or it's going to at least pull them within 1. Did they both come in? They did. No, they didn't. 4-3. Wow. Houston has battled way back. It's only the top of the 3rd. They got men on 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out, and only down by 1 now after that grand slam by Atlanta in the 1st. Amazing. Oh, yeah, so Savage has double duty, and this is going to be what, Ming and Luger? There's a lot of matches on this card. Oh, fucking Ming. Get out of his way. Look at these 2 guys. I wouldn't want to fight either one of these dudes. I work with a guy that reminds me of Ming. He and I are the exact same age. He's like a month older than me. And he has been at my restaurant since before we even owned the restaurant. We've had the place for 23 years. He worked there like 3 years before we even bought the place. He's been there like 26, 27 years. And he is the godfather of that place. And he's like, you do not want to mess with him. He's got a body count. Like, he's killed people before. He is the most kindest, gentlest guy. If one of our young, high school hostesses needs to be walked out to their car, we send Alex with them because they know they're going to be protected. I actually think he could maybe even take Ming in a fight. He's that legendary in terms of this mystique he has and his toughness and stuff. And he's a bad hombre. He's awesome. I know he would always be there for me if I had to fight somebody bigger than me. I could just call on him. A man called Ming. That would be actually a funny song. I'd be into that if they did it. He's a man called Ming. I just hated Luger's style. I did a review of Great American Bash 89 a few weeks back, and he had a really good match on that card with Ricky Steamboat. And every now and then, he could turn it up and impress you, but overall, for the most part, he was so stiff in there. Luger. That's right. He was just there. He's been there just about a year now. All right. Well, as much as I hate to miss this 5-star action, I will be right back in just a minute. Got to make a quick pit stop. Be back in a minute. All right. We're back. Thanks for not leaving. Okerlund could have a head of hair by Thursday. I didn't mean he was a murderer like that. Conor McGregor fans. Yes. That's right. Yeah, Luger was in the Dungeon of Doom this time. So I don't know what's going on either with that.
Well, he's a troubled man. His mind is constantly thinking bad thoughts. Every day's Halloween Havoc for the Taskmaster. It's a different Taskmaster.
Do you mean it doesn't matter he was over in terms of Luger? He wasn't that over. Luger had points in his career where he was over, but he wasn't like just universally on fire like his whole career ever. He was over early. He was not over at all in WWE, at all, as a babyface or a heel. And then WCW, he was over. Yeah, he was. The big win against Hogan on Nitro for the title, and all that was great. I'd argue Beefcake was more over than Luger, like overall. Okay, yeah, I know a lot of crazy shit happens in the main event. Yeah, the Dungeon of Doom, that was their, this is pre-NWO days, so the Dungeon of Doom was pretty much their leading storyline. It was the Dungeon of Doom against Hogan and Savage all the time. It's all they were doing. Oh, wait a minute, I'm wrong on that. I'm thinking Luger's been there a year. He's been there just a couple of months. Yeah, Nitro debuted the previous month. I was thinking Nitro was the year before. It's not. Yeah, so Luger was just there. Just came in. Yeah, Howard, we talked about the Zodiac earlier on. Out there wrestling Savage. What a goofy match. I like whoever wanted to make that song. He's a man called Ming. That cracks me up. Oh, Atlanta, or Houston tied that game up, by the way, I believe. I caught that on my way out. It's 4-4. Mid-third, so they stormed back. You kind of got to root for them now. I mean, they're on the road, and they're in an eliminator game. And their opponents knock a grand slam in the first inning and jack that crowd up, and you're able to battle back from that. You kind of got to root for their survival now. Just hope for the series to be good. Push this shit to 7 games. Trying to look at Twitter to see if anybody's fans of either team here. I haven't noticed anybody on Twitter specifically that's going hardcore for one team or the other. Fightful with a funny tweet. October 31st versus November 1st. And one is picture of the Fiend and the other is Bray Wyatt in a Christmas sweater. That is really the way it is. Tomorrow, you go to the store, there's going to be Christmas music playing, and there's going to be decorations and shit up. It probably already is. It's time, y'all. It's time for that shit again. Fucking Santa. Santa is probably definitely vaccinated. He's here, the YET-TAY. Your lazy boy or your sofa. I don't think Luger's cardio was bad. Luger just wasn't athletic. That was all his problem. I think Luger he just couldn't move. He was so stiff. He just didn't look like he never changed position. You ever have a wrestling doll and you play with like an action figure, like they don't move, you know? Like I feel like he's an action figure in there or something. He just has funny movements. Can't explain it. He has there's weird little punches he throws. They don't look real. They don't look good. None of his shit ever looked good to me. Luger and Warrior feud. Was Luger on the other side of that? They did a match on Nitro, Sting and Luger against Hogan and somebody. I don't think it was Hogan and Luger. Yeah, Warrior-Luger feud. They never really crossed paths. The only time they would have ever bumped into each other would have been in 98. I guess technically they were both on WrestleMania 8. Luger did an interview. Warrior came out in the main event, but in terms of them, Luger was WBF back then. Steven Scott, that's a possibility. Luger going heel instead of Bulldog. I always wondered if Bulldog going heel was in reaction to him losing his tag team partner and them just deciding to go in that direction with him. I'm glad it worked out that way because Davey's better. Davey's a way better wrestler than Luger. And I think a better heel, too. So it worked out. Hogan and Brett. That's who it was? So it was Sting and Warrior against Hogan and Brett? Wow. On paper, that's quite the main event. I think it sucked in the ring, though. I'm curious if that might have been one of the only final and only times they won in the ratings. They probably didn't even win that week. I think they were done winning by that point. Yeah, what is Luger supposed to be right now? Heel or babyface? I'm fucking lost. No, yeah, he was via satellite, but they were technically kind of under the umbrella at that time is my point. Yeah, I do remember when Luger did join the Dungeon of Doom, and I remember all that, but the Dungeon of Doom, God, it's so terrible. Yeah, so Luger had come in, he had challenged Hogan on that opening Nitro, then I think they had the title match like the next week, Hogan versus Luger, which I remember at the time thinking that was pretty surreal to see that match. because when Hogan was in WWE, Luger was in My streaming software said we briefly paused there, but we should still be okay. My timer is still matching, so we're all good on my end. Okay, so Luger became a full-time face in June of the following year. Yeah, by the time NWO came around. Atlanta up 5-4. All right. Crowd's jacked. It's only third inning. This could be a crazy one, man. Atlanta could win the World Series like 14-13. Be some crazy shit, huh? Yeah, Luger and Hogan did the title match on Nitro, and I think it ended in some schmozzy thing. And I just remember when that happened, watching that, thinking it was really crazy. I'm like, wow, Hogan and Luger, like, nuts. Luger in the Hall of Fame one day, I think perhaps. WWE did do an entire documentary on him, an Icons doc that was supposed to be released on July 4th, and they never did. Couldn't imagine them waiting a whole another fucking year to do that. So since they've worked with Luger on projects, I think it's possible he goes in. Discount tickets to a Japanese restaurant. I always wondered what Luger was going to wear, too, when he debuted. I'm like, he's not going to wear his red, white, and blue shit, is he? But that's what I found so cool about that first match, that Nitro match with Hogan and Luger, is like it's Hogan's replacement, basically. He's facing his WWE replacement. How did Atlanta catch up? Just a solo shot? Because there's nobody on. Feels like that would have been a home run. What's he got? Fucking knife? Oh, spike. The golden spike. Oh, nailed Luger with it. Sullivan stopped the count and the ref rang the bell. Oh, he kicked Ming so he'd disqualify him. He's like, what are you doing, man? Yeah, then Sting versus Hogan. I found those matches interesting, too. As bad as I hated WCW, not even hated, but was more on WWE's side, I couldn't ignore that WCW was giving us some pretty interesting like matchups and stuff and shit that I didn't think I'd see again, and kind of like how AEW is doing now. You know, I never would have thought I'd see Daniel Bryan and Eddie Kingston wrestle each other. Oh yeah, super weak finish. All these WCW matches are weak finishes. That's all the 90s was. Damn, that thing is fucking gnarly looking. Can do some damage to you. All right, we got 2 outs now for Atlanta, bottom of the third. Oh, Lord, who is with Gene? Oh, the Giant. What's he? Oh, he's wearing his monster tray. He's going to change my oil. Welcome to Jiffy Lube. I'm the Giant. Dude's like 23 or 24 years old at this point.
machine competition. 3,000 horsepower between the two vehicles. I understand some 11 or 12.
AEW has to stop comparing themselves to WWE? Well, they're a wrestling company, like WWE is. McDonald's compares himself to Burger King. Coke compares himself to Pepsi. Fans need to let that go. Right, yeah, you got a good point there. Early Nitro had great matches, like dream matches a lot. Like in a lot of those early main events on Nitro where WWE was running Raw, much like they were running Superstars and Challenge enhancement matches and shit. Look at that hand. It's like fucking Ricky Bobby in here. If you ain't first, you're last.
In the ring, as you alluded to, right here in front of a capacity crowd at Joe Louis Arena, WCW heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan putting the title on the line after the monster truck competition against you quickly, sir. If he lives, I'll tell you what they
If he lives. You might not be the one living, Giant. Two times.
Machine versus machine, man versus man, Hogan and the Giant, live from the Motor City. Let's get you back to the ring.
Crazy. Oh, I love the Horsemen music. It's one of my favorite WCW themes. Who's this, Arn? Yeah. Arn and Pillman. Nice. Arn, I remember at this point, was super annoyed with Pillman. One time he slapped the shit out of him so hard on TV, I couldn't believe it. You don't mess with Arn. He's doing his thing still to this day on TV. Arn and Pillman versus Flair and Sting. Holy Moses. That's right. Like Flair kind of briefly broke away from Horsemen and went face at the time, right? Was it all a ploy or something? It was kind of short-lived. I think Fall Brawl the previous month, Flair and Arn wrestled one-on-one, I think. He's a man called Ming. Yeah, Arn is out here Glockless. This is Sting. He's a man. Oh, Steiner's had one too. I think I mentioned that earlier. So what, oh yeah, if you're on the East Coast, it's already 9:30, so I guess your trick-or-treaters are probably winding down if they're not done already. I have not, at least from up here, I've not heard our doorbell downstairs, so I don't know if we've gotten any or not. Sting was always a sucker, wasn't he? Does Sting, or does Flair turn back here? Is this where this all happens? Yeah, there is no Flair out here, is there? So it's give yourself an appendectomy. So Flair must come out here and turn on Sting or some shit, right? All right, Atlanta has got a man on first, 2 outs, and they're up by 1. Bottom of the 3rd. Flair turns heel. Okay. I knew that that split and rift between him and Arn was short-lived. I just couldn't remember exactly when it ended. I remember the Fall Brawl match. Look at Arn. Oh, right on the back of his head. Oh, yeah, okay. Thank you for that. We Are Pro Wrestling. And then after that is when Benoit would enter and become the fourth Horseman.
Brian, don't worry about that camera. Worry about the stinger. Let him do all his fancy moves.
His fancy moves, Bobby says. Sting has fancy moves, y'all. They're fancy. It's kind of like that fancy ketchup you get from McDonald's. It's fancy moves. We want Flair chanting Motown. Oh, Sting with a super athletic little nip-ups there. Two of them. Good point. Horseman turned on Sting. And yet, when they were the ones bitching about Sting, he ended up going up into the rafters and the whole deal. Flying Brian, man, he was him and Johnny B. Bad both. You know, we saw Johnny B. Bad earlier, and he won the title, the television title. He'd be debuting at WrestleMania 12. So would Brian Pillman. Virtually right after that, Pillman, after the car accident, would sign with WWE. So he was on his way out here too. Just a few months. Yes, Kyle, I November all of that. Oh. I like that bucket is still out there from earlier. Pillman is out of shape at this point, I always thought, too. He didn't look himself. Heenan telling Schiavone to shut up. Yeah, shut up. It's a 1-on-2. It's a 2-on-1, Tony Schiavone, not a 1-on-2. Did you ever notice that's how girls tell you the score of the game? They always tell you the low score first. The Bears are winning 3-15. I'm like, no, honey, it's the other way. Come on, Mr. Enforcer. Arn, he's just all man, isn't he? Hilarious. We can talk if we want, Pillman says. Bobby Heenan's ordering around lackeys to go check on Ric Flair's status. Do it now, he said. Ooh. Down goes Pillman. Right on his little flying Bryans. Oh, yikes. Where's Pillman going? For a ride? Oof. I thought he was going to back bump on the ground. I'm glad that was just a throat spot. Okay, who's here? We Are Pro Wrestling. You're probably still here. Is this match that we're watching right now before or after when Pillman messed with Heenan and he said the F word? Oh, what's up, JL? Was that you today? Did you tag me in that photo of you in the of you dressed as the Undertaker? That's awesome. Didn't realize that was you. Looked good. Looked good. Here's Flair. He's not dressed to wrestle. He's wearing slacks. It's okay. He enjoys taking them off. Look at Pee Wee Anderson holding him back. Flair's all busted. Before. This is before, so that would happen later. Flair's already half naked. Yeah, see, he hasn't touched Arn or anything, so I feel like if I was watching this on pay-per-view, I was watching it scrambled. But if I was watching it, I think I would have seen this coming. He really wanted Bret to join the NWO in '96. I bet he did. That would have really made it look like there were infiltrators. If Bret came with Hall and Nash, could you imagine that? It's basically the 3 top stars, minus Taker, coming over there at the same time. Like, holy crap. That might have been the end of WWE right there, man. Because if Bret's not there, he's not there to put over Austin. Not that Austin can't still get over and get awesome, but Bret was a big part of that. Okay, that was a ways after. Okay. The Pillman-Heenan thing. I like that Flair's over there now. Man, I'm glad this match isn't 2021 because Flair would be on the outside of the ring right now in skin-tight dress pants, way high up on the ankle. He's not going to be wearing any socks at all, but he'll still be rocking those dress shoes. But luckily for us, it's 1995, and people dressed not like maniacs back then. Yeah, I think Bret, in '96, I felt like Bret was going to stay, too. Oh, Flair is out there now. He's ready for the tag to do some turning. Tatanani, the Heenan-Pillman thing, I think was TV. It was either Clash of Champions. Actually, I think it was Clash of Champions. It wasn't pay-per-view. Yeah, Clash of Champions. Thank you. Oh, it might have been Super Brawl. I thought it was TV. Because I think if it was pay-per-view, Heenan wouldn't have apologized so much. I'm pretty sure it was TV. Yeah, Clash. So that would have been TBS. It does suck, I suppose. I mean, obviously they do because they've ran the pay-per-views, but WWE owns Clash of Champions trademark. It would be cool if AEW owned that and they could run some clashes on TBS. It'd be fucking awesome. Flair chasing Pillman. Well, they're dragging this out. So what does Flair do when he gets tagged in? Does he just start beating up Sting? I know nothing. Oh, Super Brawl was the Pillman-Sullivan shoot. Okay. Yep. And then after that, it was wheels were off. Car accident happened. He was off to WWE. There's just all sorts of Hall of Fame going on in here. My God. Arn, Flair, Sting, Pillman. Jesus Christ. Although Pillman is still not in the Hall of Fame, is he? Is Sting a quitter? Arn Anderson told me he's a quitter, so he must be a quitter. Oh, let me go grab another cold one while Pillman's got Sting down. Still no hot tag to Flair yet. All right, so poor Arn and Pillman have been working over busted up Sting for quite a while now. All right, Houston got out of that inning, but they're still down by 1. It's top of the 4th now. 1 out. Yeah, Conor McGregor. We've talked a lot about Pillman. He wouldn't have been that big of an what if, though. If Pillman lived, obviously, we would have all loved that. But in terms of his career, he was too injured to work really any sort of full-time style, and he wouldn't have been able to sustain being champion or anything. Just wouldn't have been able to be possible. But charisma-wise, man, he was the best. But by the time they had all that ankle and leg problems and stuff, he wouldn't have been able to carry the title. He wouldn't have been able to win the world title. He just wasn't physically capable of wrestling. Oh, big spine buster to Sting. Sting, you big dummy. Jesus, Bobby Heenan. The man is a glutton for punishment. Oh, man, this guy is Jose Altuve. Is he the guy that did the thing that one time? I recognize his face. I don't want him to win either. Fuck it. We're rooting for the Braves. Scrolling through Twitter. Sting has been on the receiving end of like an ass whipping for what, 9-10 minutes now? Can we get that tag to Flair so we can get this wrapped up? I have no idea what the next match is either. Do we have a tag title match on the show? Who's the U.S. champion at this point? Sting is the U.S. champion. All right, Braves are bringing in a new pitcher, John Rocker. Sting trying to work up the crowd. Oh, Bryan stops him. This is good tag team wrestling by Arn and Bryan, honestly, there. Not exactly the chemistry he and Tully had, but they're working pretty well, and they've isolated Sting. He hasn't been anywhere near Flair. Yeah, I don't know, Tatanani. We might be seeing it. Who are the tag champs at this point? This would have been 95, probably Harlem Heat or something. Either Harlem Heat, Nasty Boys, Steiners, one of those teams. This has got to be it. If they cut him off again. There it is. Tag is made. This should be it. Oh, and he just attacked him right away. Wow, after all of that, they worked him over. Look at Sting trying to fight back. Oh, he's pissed. Sting is pissed. Look at Sting fighting his ass. This is as aggressive and physical and intense as I've ever seen Sting. But it was too much for him. I don't think there's any tag team matches on this entire card. So far, it's been one-on-one the whole go. And we're only down to our lap. We still got the monster truck thing. There's only, an hour left? It would be interesting if we are watching a Turner production while the Braves are winning the World Series. Does anybody save him here, or does this... Oh, Gene's going to come talk to Flair. And Flair's beating up referees now. What is a humanoid, anyway? Am I one? Are y'all one? I don't think we're one. Everybody there in the crowd is one. For sure. But we're not humanoids. Oh, call the hotline. Yeah, here we go. What's he going to talk about on the hotline? Tell us about it, Gene. Oh, Mark Madden. Look at Hawk's on the phone. Oh, good. I'm glad that Hawk is using the phone from my 1988 kitchen. That's good. Oh, we are humanoids if being observed by aliens, but only while we're being observed. Then we're nothing. Oh, Flair. Flair and Arn back together. You love to see it. Yeah, I think all we have time for is that Luger Savage shit, and then Hogan and Andre's son. Deal with it. Okay. Being dealt with.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is perhaps one of the worst things I can ever recall happening.
Gene, there's been way worse things than this that happened. Sting's fine.
Give me some word here. This is absolutely ludicrous. Bobby Heenan and Tony Schiavone, gentlemen.
Yeah, I remember both numbers, Steven Scott. WCW's was 1-900, 909, 9900. WWE's was 1-900, something for WWF. I forgot the 3 digits. It might have been 909 as well. I don't think it was. 1-800, something, something, something for WWF. So I guess I don't remember the number.
When Arn Anderson and Ric Flair wrestled in our last pay-per-view, and Flair was kicked behind the head by Flying Brian, was that all part of the plan as well?
That's the way it looks to me. I'm telling you, I give you my word on it. I didn't know a thing about it. They suckered me in too. I believe that Flair had deserted his friend. I believe he had deserted me. I believe that Arn Anderson and him were the two closest human beings and needed to be brought together. I thought Pillman
friendship. The history of these people in this sport is it has to go on. They have to be together. Now they are back together, and Sting, you were sacrificed.
You were sacrificed. Too bad, Sting. Sometimes that happens. You just got to get sacrificed. It happens. Heenan's loving this shit. He's cracking up, laughing. Laughing it up over there, Bobby. And check it out. Look, a lot of Detroit connections here. Because Luger, of course, would have that big SummerSlam match against Yokozuna, not in Detroit, but in Auburn Hills at the Palace where the Pistons play. I'll be your hero. He almost fucked up. In the World Championship Wrestling. Luger said WWF once before as well. I think right before this, when he was on Nitro or something, he said WWF. It's like Jim Ross called Kenny Omega the WWE champion. That was awesome. That was awesome. I mean, Luger, if you didn't have the mullet going on, you would definitely fit right into the Backstreet Boys with that haircut. The WCW. No, you're not. Oh, yeah, actually, yes, you are. Never mind. Sorry, I lied. Oh, he might have said WWE Dynamite, too. Maybe that's what he said. Poor JR. Yes, JCS, this is the show with the monster trucks. I'm pretty sure we're about to see that. I bet you we're going to see, because Package has got the towel here. I think they're going to go to the monster truck next, then maybe Savage, Luger, then Hogan, Giant, I think. Yeah, I'm not upset with JR for doing that. I have been at my current job for 11 years. I still, every now and then, have to catch myself, and whenever I answer the phone, I sometimes almost say my East Coast job. 11 years I've been working where I'm at. And I sometimes will answer the phone. I've almost slipped up and said where I used to work all those years ago. It's hard to deprogram once you're there doing a job so repetitively for so long. Shit gets wired, you know? And plus, when you get older, it's even harder. So we need to give Jim Ross a break. There's going to come a time and you're really going to miss him. So enjoy him while you got him. Damn. Bobby wants Hogan thrown into the river, dragged out, and then his dead body pinned in the ring so he loses the title. That's graphic. All right, what's going on over here in the game? 2 outs, bottom of the fourth, man on first for Atlanta. Oh, I remember when he did that, he threw the shirt at Hogan. It was supposed to be the shirt that Andre wore in The Princess Bride. I hate 95 WCW. It's the worst thing that's ever happened ever. Oh, yeah, Fall Brawl. And then he went to like the Dungeon of Doom thing, and he touched the water, and he goes, it's not hot. Okay. Why is that bad? Oh, they ran over the Harley. Oh, and he Zeused Hogan's neck. Hogan's wearing the neck brace just like Vince McMahon at the steroid trial. Rude had an issue with wrestling. He had, I think, the insurance policy, and I don't think he could get in the ring because of that. He appeared in ECW, WWE, and WCW all in 1997. Pretty incredible. He was under a mask in ECW doing something with Shane Douglas, if I remember right. He might be the first guy to definitely appear on the two shows in one night and all three companies in the same year, although I'm certain there's somebody else that's done that. It could be something like a difference between in the same year and within a year, because if it's within a year, then you could add Austin, you could add Foley to that. Foley was in WCW, ECW, and WWE within a year span. Now Hogan's out there wearing the black and the neck brace. I barely remember any of this. Oh, yeah, they got the insurance policy, the YET-TAY. Wow, so Giant was already in the ring in his gear working around. He just hadn't worked an official match yet. So it looked like he was doing a lot. Oh, God, the Yeti. Oh, my God. This is so dumb. I like how they have the Hogan's render much bigger than the Giant's, who's like twice his size. Who's this guy? How much does this guy weigh? Nothing but the Detroit River and concrete below. Well, if I had to choose which one to fall into, I don't know about y'all. I'm going to go river. What about y'all? Y'all want river or concrete? I'm going to go river.
How tough is this truck? Well, we put one of our big race engines. It's got a supercharged 572 cubic inch Ford engine. Runs on alcohol. It's as bad as
Runs on alcohol.
What's the horsepower of the engines?
It's probably 1,500 horsepower, Bobby.
1,500.
Tires are, well, they're 1,000 pounds, but they're 6 foot tall.
6 foot tires,
1,000 pounds of tires.
1,500 horsepower.
The truck is 11,000, 5.5 tons.
Like having two Greyhound buses on the roof. That's what it is. 747 engines in there.
Well, this is one of the most feared, one of the most highly anticipated matches.
He is going, 1,000 pounds. It's crazy.
A combined horsepower of probably 3,000 horsepower, 22,000.
Stop trying to talk about trucks and engines, you two. You sound like idiots. Let Johnny, whatever his name is here, tell us about it.
But right now, from what I'm hearing,
Bischoff, don't pretend like you've ever changed oil.
let's do it.
Oh, look at him. I'm ready for you. Look at Dillinger out there.
All right, drivers, this is how it's going to be. The circle level perimeter here, there are two charges. The vibration of the truck can make it go off, and you can run over it. Let the distance of that truck, you keep on running them. Into this glass up, I want the truck to be completely out of the ring. That doesn't mean one set axle, that means two sets of axles. So the truck has to be completely out, all the way to the bumper.
So they have to push each other out of the circle? This is so dumb.
Drop that truck, and when you see my hands and those charges go off, I'm going to jump off that bumper, and may the best truck win. So go.
I ain't drowning in the river. I can swim like a motherfucker. You can't drown, Greg Morgan. Impossible.
Basically, the rules, let me reiterate for you if I may. You need to get both sets of axles out of that.
Hey, what's up, K-Dogs Kennel? Good to see you, man. Going great. Halloween night, man. We're down to last couple of matches here on Halloween Havoc. This goofy-ass shit.
Within that circle, is that what I heard?
Well, if this thing runs on alcohol, there could be an explosion out there. I wouldn't want that truck to be anywhere near.
Heenan says, well, they run on alcohol. There could be an explosion. Gas explodes too, dude. No matter what's in your gas tank, you let a match in it, it's going to blow up. Oh, wait, do they weld them together? So they don't smash into each other. I guess that makes more sense. That they're not actually smashing into each other. So they're stuck together, and they have to try to push the other out of the circle. Okay. So you must so that must be a parking deck then on top of Kobo, because you wouldn't be able to just be up there on the roof driving around. All right, here they go. Man, I hope they practice this shit. Oh, so they each got a guy in the car with them. They're not wearing helmets. Is this what they really do? Do they weld them together and then you push and see who's stronger? Oh yeah, Giant's about to Peter Pan right off the top of this this roof here. Okay, so they're saying that the other people in the car or in the trucks actually have a purpose. I don't know anything about this shit. Oh, it's raining too. You get that cold, almost November rain. In the north, that ain't pleasant at all. I mean, are they getting less traction now because of that water? I mean, the tires are spinning like crazy. Yeah. Hogan's going hard there. He's working so hard. Oh, did he lose? Oh, he's got to get it both tires. All the tires got to be out. I'm curious. Here's what I'd legit like to know. I would hope that they pre-taped this, that there's a good chance that this actually aired live as is on the pay-per-view. You would think this would be a pre-tape as soon as it got dark. They'd knock this shit out and do it. Or do it the night before or something. I'm curious if this was taped or if they really, really, really did it in real time. I don't know. I don't know if that's a jacket. I think that's an entire like coverall that the Giant is wearing. He's ready to welcome you to Jiffy Lube. If you need a new air filter, Paul White's your guy. Hogan's back again. We have a charge. Oh, they got this shit rigged. It's like a monster truck Japanese death match. Well, this is going on about 5 minutes longer than I think it needed to. You won't find them for months if you ever do. And why is that, Bobby? Why wouldn't you find them? They're going to be inside of their trucks. The trucks aren't going to float down the river. They're going to sink. Actually, with those tires, they might float. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they did it in real time and somebody got hurt, they still got to go out and do their match later. So you would think this would be pre-taped. Probably the night before. But the fact that it's raining. Oh, Hogan beat him. Okay. The fact that it's raining, like, fans can be coming in the arena and be like, I didn't know it was raining. It's a perfectly nice night. All the stars are out. Oh, he's pissed. Giant's pissed. Oh, no, he did find it. I'm sorry, you're right. I thought that was like coveralls. It does look like it's a jacket. It's a Giant jacket. Oh, okay. Taped the night before. I was about to say, it better have been. Because they're across the street. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, so this is how it happens? This is like dumber than the Money in the Bank at the it's in Stamford. He's going to throw Hogan off. I'm glad the Giant's name's written on his jacket in case you didn't know who he was. Oh, God, they're on the ledge. They're on the ledge, y'all. Oh, there he goes. Uh-oh. Help. Help. There's no helping him. I mean, if you want to help, you can go get a mop. Maybe a hose. You know, it could help mop him up. But other than that, there ain't going to be no help in Big Show. Oh, so scary. He wasn't supposed to die. But he did. Now, this is what I remember hearing on the Scrambled pay-per-view channel. And they're like, oh, my God. And so I have no idea how it looked. For all I know, it looked pretty good. So I'm like, oh, my God, they're trying to make this a shoot. It wasn't supposed to happen. They keep saying that. Like, if Bobby Heenan's all sweaty. They're putting it over huge. That's not the way somebody would fall off a roof. You don't go like, whoa, 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 and you fall backwards. Another it wasn't as hokey as this one, but I remember when, I think it was The Rock, when he punched Austin off the bridge, right? And he gets him over the edge, and then he hits him with a punch, and then it immediately cuts to like a wide shot of the bridge, and you just see this like what's clearly a dummy just falling like kind of straight, like down, not moving at all. It just did not look very good. Oh, Bischoff's got to go. He goes, we might have just killed a guy on pay-per-view. I got to go make sure that we are not all going to jail. So I'll be right back if that's cool. Call the WWF Superstar line right now if you want to hear Lex Luger's music. 1-900 something 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 for WWF. It might have been 454. 1-900-454 for WWF. Maybe it's something like that. Let's look it up. WWF hotline. See how close I was. It was not. Oh, it was called WW. No, that's a different one. Oh, these are this shit. Damn it. This is giving me the actual wildlife funds fucking number. Here's a Reddit. I just talked about how I don't use Reddit. You have to get your parents' permission. I know that. I don't know where I can find that information. I'd have to look up an old TV show or something. Oh, how about WWF Hotline commercial? That's what I'll do. Oh, okay, so the Hulk number was 454. I was close. The Hulk number was 1-900-454-HULK. And then WWF's... Where the fuck is WWF's? Oh, they had the WrestleMania 8 line was 909 as well. I can't find that one that they used with Luger's music. I just see WCW's. I might never know. I'm going to have to look in magazines. They're still putting this over like this dude has died. There it is. 1-900-737 for WWF. There it is. 737. That wasn't registering to me. Savage wants to, or Luger wants to shake with Savage. He's untrusting. Don't worry about it, Luger. Shit would get much worse for y'all. Just wait till what happens next June for both of you guys. Aaron Gauthier, happy 40th birthday, man. That is so awesome to hear. Glad you're here celebrating with us on Halloween night. You got a Halloween birthday, huh? 40 years old. 40's no joke, but 40 can also be great. Up here comes Jimmy Hart. Happy birthday, man. That is awesome. 1981. Wow. So Jimmy, I think, maybe turns later unless he turns here. I don't know what goes on with Jimmy. Yeah, K-Dog's Kennel, we talked about that earlier on. They've ran a couple of previews or promos for World War III the next month. And at the time, they're billing it as the winner gets a title shot. But that would be changed after Giant gets stripped. Think about how many times Hogan has won the title or lost the title and had it stripped. Main event, Andre, 1988. Undertaker, Tuesday in Texas, and now here. It's kind of a theme with him. Might have happened another time, too, that I'm not even thinking of. Shawn was like that, too. Lost his smile. Got suspended. He got rid of the like the IC World and tags. Shawn found ways of not losing. He got beat up and he handed over the IC title. Lost his smile for the world title. And then him and Diesel just trashed the tags.
Well, they both think there's a hidden agenda here. Savage doesn't trust Luger. Luger doesn't trust Savage. I don't know what's going on. Any word yet? Can someone tell me something?
40th coming up for you in March, K-Dog's Kennel. My girlfriend Elizabeth has her 40th in February. We're going to do big things. Oh, my God. It's almost time, man. We're so close to the YET-TAY. That's all I'm waiting for. I've been waiting all day for the YET-TAY. I've been sitting here. Woke up. I'm like, today's YET-TAY day. Happy YET-TAY day. So I just couldn't wait. I've been looking forward to this all night. So now I'm just sitting here waiting for him to come out. We still got a 5-4 game over on the World Series. Top of the 5th now. We got bases juiced, though, for Houston. Oh, Lord. 2 outs, though. Atlanta was in that situation with everybody on 2 outs in the first, and they cracked a grand slam. If Houston does it. Oof. Luger with a pretty good guardrail bump there. I want to see this next pitch here. I don't know what the count is. Oh, he walked him. They walked in a run. Oh, Atlanta. No bueno. That means, yeah, that sucks in Spanish. 2 outs at least. All right. Vikings are winning 13-10. Thanks for that update. It's been that long? Those 90s days was the last time Atlanta won the World Series? I thought they had picked one up in the early 2000s or something. I guess not. Those days belong to the Yankees. I've told the story of the Braves while we're watching. Oh, there's Jimmy distracting Patrick. I don't like the Braves because when I grew up, all the kids that I lived around in North Carolina all bandwagon jumped on the Braves, and it drove me crazy. Nobody gave a shit about the Orioles, who were closer to us than the Braves, but they were all about the Braves. And then when they would win, they'd be like, "We won." And I'm like, "You've never even been to Georgia. Shut up." So it drove me nuts. So I still hold a grudge over that. And he pinned Luger with a top rope elbow. Savage, the guy that was there celebrating with Luger 2 years earlier at SummerSlam, is beating him now with the elbow. Yeah, Jimmy Hart. I think part of Jimmy Hart's heel turn is because I know the Giant doesn't beat Hogan. He beats him via DQ or something. So I think Jimmy has that written in. No, yeah, that is definitely that same fan from King of the Ring. Oh, Atlanta! Oh, I didn't even catch that. So Houston just hit a two-run double, I guess. They are now up 7-5. Wow! After being down 4-0, they battled back 7-5. Good. I like. I don't give a shit who wins. I want whenever I have there's a series between two teams I don't care about. I just want it to go 7 games. And plus, I really like seeing Atlanta fans not happy. Or Atlanta Braves fans not happy, because what I've learned and what I've noticed is the majority of Braves fans don't live in Georgia. And I find that incredibly annoying. What's going on outside? Does Bobby Heenan have doesn't it look like he has dollar bill, a handkerchief or something? Yeah, Heenan's Heenan's pissed. He's like, well, Heenan's mad because nobody's checking on the splattered Giant on the pavement, but you guys just called a fucking match after the dude fell off the roof. What's the difference? What are you getting so pissy about, Heenan? Chill out. If he's hurt, if he's injured, if he's in the river, that's a totally normal thing that's said on wrestling broadcasts. How's the Giant? Is he hurt? Is he injured? Is he in the river? And if I ever say that on a live stream, nobody's ever going to get that reference. Bianca Belair is hurt. Is she injured? Is she in the river? Oh, my God. Astros were never punished for cheating? Yeah, they were. I spanked them all. They did one at a time. Bare butt and everything. I laid them in, too. I was hitting them as hard as I could because you can't just cheat like that and expect to not get your ass whooped. So I took care of it. Don't worry about it, Ratnick. They won't do it again. Trust me. You don't want this twice. Oh, good. They're going to show a replay because it was compelling as hell before. They knocking this shit over. I love that. Yeah, wrestlers falling off the roof. Totally normal. Everyday, average, natural thing. That Detroit River ain't pretty, but it ain't as bad as the Hudson. Oh, yeah, when Kane got murdered in the limo. He was fine. Undertaker got buried alive twice. Lived. Struck by lightning. And right there is the ledge. Did they get out of that inning, or is Houston still that bad here? I can't tell. They're giving us a game summary right now. So what does Hogan do? He breaks his hands away and then he falls backwards? Or does he kick him? Oh, like that. I'm pretty sure Hogan comes out and he's like, it wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't in the script. Oh, Houston is still up. It's 2 outs. They still got 2 men on. Yeah, Atlanta is not out of this jam yet. Luckily, it's for them. It's only 5th inning.
But I do know that Hulk Hogan and the Giant are now scheduled to wrestle in our main event at Halloween Havoc for the WCW World Heavyweight title. That's what I do know.
Yeah, but why can't we find out anything?
Why can't we find out anything? Bobby, you can go out there. Like, if you just walk out to the pavement, just look for the wet spot. Like the big, humongous, giant wet spot. I hope Paul White appreciates how concerned Bobby Heenan was for him. Yes, I do care. Oh my God, while Bobby's having his conniption fit, I'll be back in 10 seconds.
It absolutely could be. As soon as we know, you will know. And we're still waiting. I guess there's no giant yet. And I don't know. We have what? Anybody have a walkie-talkie? All right. Michael Buffer is ready. Let's go to the ring. The walkie-talkie. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 1995 WCW Halloween Havoc here in the Joe Louis Arena,
All right, Buffer is here.
Michigan.
We're just going on with the show. You're going to announce he's going to announce a dead man.
The WCW and the Michigan State Athletic Commission for the heavyweight championship of the world. Coming to the ring at this time, let's welcome the challenger. He's from the Dungeon of Doom and weighs 4
You're going to introduce the giant first?
pounds.
How's this going to work?
Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, wait a minute. There's been a change.
There's been a change.
At this time,
Here comes Hogan. Hogan's not dressed to wrestle. What are you talking about, Heenan? That's what he's going to be wearing that a lot in a year. You just wait. Hogan down to 275 after those years of being 303. I wonder why. Must be the mustache. He had a 26-pound mustache. And a 33-pound head. Yeah, Foley's bumps was way worse than the Giants.
Hogan's got the microphone.
That wasn't supposed to happen, brother.
You know something, brothers?
You know something, brothers.
Just happened out there. Wasn't supposed to go down, man. I didn't want the giant to take the plunge, brother. That's a long way down to the parking lot. And I apologize.
It's a long way down to the parking lot.
Out there, and the giant, as far as I know, brother, after the accident when I saw him last,
There he is.
gentlemen, the challenger has arrived. From the Dungeon of
So then I remember thinking, I'm like, well, what is he supposed to be? Like Undertaker then? Like he's supernatural? Look at Heenan. Or look at Hogan. Shit in his pants. As JR would say, lucky for Hogan, he's wearing very dark pants. Hogan's running. Look at that. It looks very NWO-ish to see Hogan. He's a babyface here, remember? Cowering out of there. He looks scared shitless. He looks like a heel here. Yo, Population 420. Good to see you. I met this fella at SummerSlam this past year. It was so fun. Or this past August. Happy Halloween to you, my man. Thanks for the $5. Have a Stella on me? Will do. Having one right now, my man. Watching Cowboys versus Vikings. Dallas is my team, and our starting QB is not playing tonight. Calf injury. I was wondering that. Dak is on my fantasy team, and I noticed he was projected 0. So I started Matt Stafford. Best of luck to your Cowboys. My Lions, like I said, are playing possum right now, losing a bunch of games to give everybody a head start. They're going to run the table and win the Super Bowl, but the Vikings are in their division, and so I'm into them taking a loss. So go get them, Dallas. I'm as grateful he's all right. I mean, this match must go on a little bit here. We still got 40 minutes left in the show here. Or no, 20 minutes left. I thought 40, excuse me. I can't add. Okay, and Kayfabe Giant is the one true immortal, so falling off roofs is cool. Got it. I kind of remember that, though. You're right. I remember at the time thinking Giant was a great get. I had only seen like 2 pictures of him in magazines from Japan. And one of them was like Arn Anderson. He was with Arn Anderson or something. I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? He's enormous. And so I already knew who he was before he like showed up and threw that shirt at Hogan. And I'm like, oh my God, they got him. Because I was thinking he could maybe go to WWE. And it's like, but I should have known. I'm like, WCW got everybody. They won everything back then. They had all the money. So I was like, oh, he could be huge in WWE. But that was a big get. The Giant was athletic. I mean, his size was ridiculous. He could move. He could move a lot like early 70s Andre, if not better. I mean, he's doing top rope drop kicks and shit, you know? And Andre wasn't doing none of that, but Andre was very fast and way more limber and just loose and fluent than he would be when he got like older and bigger. Hogan will probably live to be in his hundreds every time his number is called. He'll be like, hey, that doesn't work for me, brother. I'm not going yet. Fucker will outlive all of us, poison his body for 9 decades and outlive everyone. That's the way the world usually works. Victor Colon, I don't know if that's a statement or if you're asking me if that's really true. Yes, it's really true. He did it a couple times. Top rope missile drop kicks. With some rope assistance, I've even seen him do like a nip up, which is even crazier, but all right, they already got 2 outs in Atlanta here in the bottom of the 5th. Nobody on. 7-5 lead for Houston. Could be. Jimmy's got the belt out there. Hogan apparently is doing all right. I guess he had another surgery and he's back in the gym or something like that. Just incredible. I just can't not think about Hogan's heart, you know. Because most people who ate the same candy that he ate are already dead by now. Wow. Apparently, oh yeah, Giant could do a moonsault. I think there is a video of that. I don't remember. I know exactly what you're talking about, though. Yeah, I don't know if I'd trust him to do that either. When he was kind of discovered, there was rumors and shit. I just remember kind of like the rumblings. Because there's no internet. You just had to go by what you heard and what you read. And I'm like, there is this big motherfucker out there that's going to turn up somewhere and he can do some crazy shit.
I've never seen Hogan wrestle in anything but yellow and red. This doesn't look like the Hulk Hogan I know. This looks like a beaten and crushed man. Back they go to the rope. The Giant
Yeah, I forget Hogan's got the paint on his face too. I mean, just a year later, this match would be happening at Road Wild. Roles reversed. Babyface champion Giant, heel Hogan challenger, you know? Revenge time for when you dump me off the roof. Hey, what's up from Slovenia? Welcome. Happy November for you, right? You're in a whole nother month from us. That's awesome. Giant Vader would have been good. We never got it. Vader left right before this, month before. Yeah, working out 2 hours a day. Insanity. I exercise, but not 2 hours a fucking day. Yeah, the steroids, the coke, the booze, just living the life in general. I mean, how old was Randy? I think Randy was, what, 58? Something like that, and heart attack, and, you know. Yeah, Giant was kind of doing choke slams before anybody. Undertaker at this time wasn't using choke slam as finisher. Actually, no. Sometimes he would. If they were too big to do the tombstone, too. He just clotheslined Giant right over the top rope. But choke slams wouldn't be like huge in WWE until a couple of years later when it was like Kane and Taker. Sid was pretty good at them. Sid's was cool because he could literally do one arm. He never did the hold him on the back thing and like leaned him down. You know, he just like. Psh, psh. Vader and Sid might have been Starrcade 93, and then Flair got in instead. You're probably right about that. Giant's not moving. It's kind of crazy. This is in the same city as Hogan and Andre. Oh, what's going on here? Nope, that's the end of the fifth. I thought somebody hit a home run. Ooh, backbreaker. A knee padless backbreaker for the Giant. Those kids, you can do anything you want at age 23. Now the Detroit crowd is... God, it's so crazy seeing all these kids in the audience now. I mean, this show was 26 years ago, you know? These 12-year-olds are near 40 now. It's crazy. You can't do anything you want at 23 physically. I could. My God, the things my body could absorb and the strength and shit that I could do and the energy and all that stuff. Maybe you can't do what you can at 23, but I sure as hell could. Now I make a sound when I get out of a chair. It's fucking depressing, man. Shivani, I mean, if you're going to claim to be number one, don't claim it's because of the in-ring work of the Giant and Hulk Hogan. That's the most ludicrous thing. Like probably a week before, fucking Brett and Owen are probably having a classic on Raw or something. And he's acting like Giant and Hogan are putting on clinics. We were just talking about that, Timu. Good to see you, too, man. Vader and Flair from Starrcade 93. Somebody else mentioned that was their favorite WCW match of all time. I've probably only seen it once or twice. I remember it. I have the VHS copy over there. Can't remember anything specific, though. I was there too. It's a small club, just me and Bobby Heenan. We're the only ones in this room, just me and Bobby, who were in the building that night.
Well, I'm not a betting man. But an hour ago, I'd have bet the house. I'd have bet the car. I'd have bet my career. I'd have bet anything I've accumulated in my whole life.
Bobby would have bet anything he accumulated in his whole life.
As far as I'm concerned. Tony, I don't know anymore. I just don't know.
Boy, Heenan's confused. Yeah, it was the Flair stuff. Flair and his confidence issues dating all the way back to then. Flair had a hell of a year. He was in WWE that same year. Wrapping up business with them after holding their title twice.
He is loose once again. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Big choke slam. Hogan took it too. I always loved how Hogan would quiver after he'd take a bump. I'm like, that doesn't really happen. You ever watch Ridiculousness and somebody fucking busts their ass? Are they ever quivering like Hogan? He would like convulse. Hogan's hulking up, but it's not the same when he's wearing the black. Oh, yeah, it was just me. I'm sorry. It was only me and Bobby in the Superdome. Excuse me. All right, there's the 3 punches to the giant boot. Hogan got him under the chin, though. Oh, you got to pick him up. Well, he's 100 pounds lighter than Andre. You can do it. Big Show is way leaner. Or was way leaner, I should say. He's up. Wow. That's what I loved about the old WCW rings, is the noise they made when you hit the mat. They may say WWE, oh, and there's Jimmy hitting the ref with the belt. They may say WWE's ring is harder, but WWE's sounded harder. Jimmy Hart. Hogan doesn't know it was Jimmy. I love it when wrestlers have to have a conversation and they want the fans to know what they're saying, but you can't hear them, obviously, so they over-pantomime it. It's always so bad. Look at Jimmy. Oh, and Jimmy hits Hogan. He turned on him. Oh, no. First, the Beefcake turns on him, and now Jimmy. Can you be surprised, Hogan? Jimmy was always against you until Money Inc. came along. Did he fall off the roof and hit his head? He must have. I just think if you fell off the roof and landed in a parking lot, you do more than, like, bruise your head. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Armin. I think Paul White did finish a hair under his true potential. Lots of factors in that. Timing, bad gimmicks, bad luck, bad environment that he was in. Oh, here he is. Yes! The YET-TAY. It's the YET-TAY, who the hotline said was Giant Gonzalez, but is Ron Reese. Look at this fucking ridiculous shit. This is it, the dry humping. What is going on? Is right. Oh my God. Like, what is this doing to Hogan? Like, how is this harming him in any way? Look at him. Look at the size of the YET-TAY. He is taller than the Giant. That's the insurance policy. Did they wrap him in, looks like they wrapped him in, like, gauze. Oh, now the torture rack is Luger's turn, too. Fucking shady shit. Dungeon of Doom. And I think the YET-TAY would be in the World War III. Oh, now they're going to double fuck. I didn't know they double fucked Savage, too. I don't understand how that hurts anybody. You could do it to me. It wouldn't hurt. It might smell, but it's not going to hurt. So fucking stupid. Yeah, in World War III, they were billing it as like 3 rings, 3 giants or whatever. I guess the giants being YET-TAY and Giant and Hogan. Oh, Buffer is saying it can't change hands on a disqualification, but I think it can. Wouldn't Reese would be in the flock too, wouldn't he? I remember him and Benoit had a couple of matches, and Benoit like superplexed him off the top rope. It looked fucking incredible. Are they going to say something about Giant actually being the champion here? Oh, yeah, Super Giant Ninja. Okay, so here's the leg drop now. Jimmy's going to nail.
He had him. And that's right. Referee was counting 1. He wasn't counting all. He was counting La La Land. Jimmy Hart hitting with the belt. Then Jimmy Hart shoved him.
Is this worse than the 2019 Hell in a Cell ending? No, it's not. It's bad, but it's not as bad as that.
Jimmy Hart still could have been manager of the champion. It's over with now. He's not going to work for Hogan anymore. You know that.
So they must do the title thing on Nitro. Because here they're still making it sound like Hogan's the champ. Giant just walked out with the belt. So Jimmy Hart might reveal tomorrow on Nitro that he had in the contract that Hogan loses the title if he's disqualified. I guess. Yeah, Big Ron Stud. So he can pose and do what he has to do. Yeah, I don't recall Reese. I don't think Reese ever stepped foot in a WWE ring. I don't think he came in there, even if it was just a one-time deal. I don't think he ever did. Oh, yeah, the fans are leaving. And you're saying, yeah, Victor's saying tomorrow this all goes down on Nitro. 26 years ago. Crazy, man. Bobby Heenan is saying nobody's doing anything but looking in the ring, but half the arena's leaving. Yeah, is Heenan happy or upset? I can't tell. I think he's very happy. Dayton, Ohio tomorrow night, guys. Okay, so Shivani's basically saying, y'all turn into Nitro tomorrow because you're gonna want to hear what Jimmy Hart has to say, and that's probably where they're gonna drop the big bombshell that the Giant is now the champ. Oh, football games 13-13. We got World Series still 7-5, bottom 6. Just started, nobody out for Atlanta. Jimmy Hart did it. What a paper. I mean, what would you grade this? I mean, you got to think of, don't think of somebody who watches wrestling matches like you see now. Like for this time period, I would have to give this pay-per-view out of 10, 4. Best I can do is 4. Look at this. Look at this. Craig Leathers, Keith Mitchell, Rob Wright, Neil Pruitt. Who else do we recognize? Oh, that's it. I always liked how they ran the credits after each pay-per-view and WCW. Fun stuff. Well, anyway, that was a fun Halloween night pay-per-view to watch. Thank you all so much for being here. That was great. I know a lot of you guys have got to get out of here as well. Some of you are back to work tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Halloween night. We'll be back up here tomorrow to hopefully talk about a brand new Raw Women's Champion. They got Becky Lynch and Bianca set to headline Raw tomorrow. That would be nice if we saw something big. Otherwise, we're probably going to see pretty standard lackluster Raw. We'll be up here to talk about it. Hopefully it will be good. So the podcast will be good. Tatanani's given a C-5 from you. Both better than me. I'd give it D+ and 4 is the best I could do on it. But in terms of how fun it was to watch, A+ and 10 because it was the best. And the YET-TAY lived up to the hype. It was amazing. So thanks again, guys, for being here. I appreciate it. As always, I will start figuring out a watch-along schedule for November. We got a couple of weeks here before Survivor Series, so we'll try to do a couple of those. We got Full Gear coming up in 2 weeks, so maybe 1 week from tonight, we'll start working on some Survivor Series watch-alongs and do one. And then the week after that, I believe, is going to be Full Gear weekend. So that might be kind of full. But we'll be doing a lot of watch-alongs in November and probably December too. It should be fun. So you guys have a good rest of your night. Thank you again for being here, and I will talk to y'all